So there are a handful of things going on with the remodel in this kitchen, but a couple things that I want to point out. Because when people start remodeling homes, they get very confused with what to do, how much things should cost, are things possible. So in this particular kitchen, there was a dog leg peninsula and a really large island in the middle of this kitchen, and it made it feel very small. What's going on here is this entire dog leg has gone away, and this very large oversized island, which shouldn't have been here, went away as well. Now the kitchen sink is going against this wall, but what we need to do is get this plumbing over here. Here in Texas, we have slab foundations. What needs to happen is this slab foundation needs to be jackhammered, and they need to dig a trench and jackhammer a trench over here and redo the plumbing for a sink in the middle of this wall. This needs to be about 6 feet. I know this looks very overwhelming, but it's actually not a very hard process, but it can really change a room. This entire kitchen now is going to have an open feeling, and yes, this is a little bit of work, and yes, it is messy, but in the long run for resale, it's gonna make a huge difference. This home is getting wood floors installed. The nice thing about that is that there was actually travertine here on the slab previously. So they've busted up and demolished all of the travertine. But as you can see, there is a gap here with the baseboards. Whenever the wood, plywood, and then nailed down wood is installed, it's actually going to have a little bit of a gap here to give way for the plywood and wood. And it's only gonna come up probably about 1/2 inch onto the baseboards. As you can see here, this is where the travertine was. One thing that's been done in this house, which will really make this feel more modern, is this ceiling is 10 feet tall. And the builder did a really beautiful trimmed out wood ceiling, but it was really too big for the space. It felt like the ceilings were much lower. So we've had the beams removed, and we're gonna put new baseboard back up, and actually it's raised this ceiling. This is actually something that's a little bit more involved, and it's a little bit more challenging for someone to visually see that kind of an accent gone, but it's really made a difference for this open floor plan. If you want to update your fireplace facade, this is what it looks like naked. This fireplace actually had a huge hearth and huge stone, and it really came out into this room to be just a little bit too much. And the stone looked a little old. Sometimes you can paint or drywall over top of the stone for a more modern look, but in this particular property, because the stone came out so far, adding that would have just not looked right. So all of the stone was removed, and now a small, thinner facade is gonna go back up. I'm gonna do a nice beam here, and then again, the stone is going to be floor to ceiling, but it's just going to be a thinner facade. And then of course this hearth is gone. Just a new fresh look for this house. This TV cabinet, when the old televisions with the big backs were what was technology back then, which was really only in the 2000s, but this TV cabinet had a big back. So what they did was they removed this entire middle cabinet, made a new cabinet, and they're putting a board here for a TV to get mounted, which is gonna be a more modern look here. That old back came out to about here, and then the TV was mounted, and it was this huge box. But this is kind of what they do whenever they remodel these cabinets. They can take this out and install a board. And what we didn't want was just to have a board with no support. We've had them add these 2x4s and add a frame. When a TV gets mounted on there, it's gonna hold the weight of that. Okay, so it's a little dark in here, the electricity is out, but I wanna tell you what we're doing in this master bathroom. This entire bathroom was dark Imperador marble. I love dark Imperador marble, but not for an entire bathroom. So what we've done is we've taken it out of the shower and we've taken it off of the floors. What we're going to do next in the shower is remove the walls from about 4 feet up and have it all be glass. So it's going to be more of an open shower. The next thing that we've done is we have taken the electrical wires and we've strung them up through the ceiling and down on the next wall, because when we get rid of this portion and have this all glass, all of the electrical is currently in this wall and the wires are going up. So we have to move them because when we have this as a wall, it's going to need to be changed. So we're putting all of the cords here. We're covering up this art niche. So this complete remodel is going to look so different. I can't wait to show you next. So this is going to look a little confusing. This fireplace, again, had a big hole for a television. And what this contractor has done is he's made a patch, and they're gonna, again, punch a hole here for electric and cable. But they had to have a wood patch made, and then what they're gonna do is go and skim coat over top of that and make it look like it was never a hole. Definitely makes it look more modern too. So if somebody wanted to put a piece of art up here or another television, they could without seeing a hole behind it. This was not very expensive. I believe this was probably about $350 to do, and then by the time it gets painted and finished, it's gonna be about $500. But it really can make your home feel more updated and more modern. One of the things sometimes that's troubling is when there's a home with wallpaper. People say, what do I do? Do I take it down? Do I texture over it? So in this bathroom, this actually had texture over the wallpaper, but the texture was completely peeling off with the way that the person had done it before. So in this bathroom, we had to take down the texture and now actually take down the wallpaper. After all of this is removed, then there's gonna be a light skim coat put back on top of these walls. And then if somebody wanted to re-wallpaper with a new, more modern wallpaper, they could. And if not, we'll probably do orange peel in this bathroom. If you'd like some more tips on how to make your home feel more fresh and modern, click on the information below. We would love to help you with some ideas that would give you a great return on investment if you are thinking about buying or selling soon.